guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be going over a pretty topical subject. It has to do with what to do to stay safe when you guys are going to the grocery store. I know this can be a tricky time when you guys need your food, when you need necessities, and when you also really want to make sure that you're staying safe, you're keeping others safe. So I'm going to give you some tips in this video on what I'm doing, what my partner is doing in order for us to stay safe and stay healthy during this time. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so my first tip for you guys is to be as efficient as possible during these trips, right? So before you even go outside, before you even exit your apartment or your house, make sure that you have a grocery list ready to go. You've done a double check in your fridge and in your pantry and in your cupboards to know and identify what you're missing, what you need, so that you can be in and out. Secondly, early hours could theoretically be the best time to go to the grocery store since they do a lot of their disinfecting after hours. But you want to make sure that you're not compromising the elderly. So usually in some grocery stores, this is the time of day where the elderly get a chance. So 60 plus will get a chance to go in and get their shopping done before the general public can go in. I don't know if it's the same for all grocery stores, so you might be able to get in the first couple hours of it opening, in which case that might be the best bet for you, but always make sure that you're not compromising the 60 plus. Now, of course, when it comes to masks, we do want to be making sure that any N95 masks are going to our healthcare workers. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't wear a mask of your own. You can make masks. You can use just a regular face mask. Now, of course, these aren't going to be the absolute best in terms of preventing the transmission of the virus. However, it's better than nothing. So I've seen tons of people making their own masks out there, and I think this is a great way to protect yourself and the public just a little bit more. Also, when it comes to gloves, you have an option of wearing gloves, or you can make sure that you're well sanitizing and washing your hands. I would actually lean towards the second option, just making sure that you are washing and sanitizing your hands regularly. If you don't already have a little tub of sanitizer, then definitely go out and find one of those if you can and bring it to the store with you. The thing about gloves is gloves will accumulate the germs, and when we're wearing gloves, we tend not to be as cautious of what we're touching and where we're putting our hands because we think those gloves are just gonna, protect us. So instead, I just make sure that I go in gloveless, and I just am making sure that I'm washing and sanitizing my hands pretty much every time I touch something. Also, when it comes to touching things, make sure that you're not touching things that you're not going to be taking home. Right now, this is really important. We usually go into the grocery store and maybe we're shuffling things around, or we're touching apples or oranges, finding the one that is, the most perfect one. We definitely want to be avoiding this. I feel like this goes without saying, but it's just a good reminder. Now, of course, this one goes pretty well without saying, but you want to make sure that you're avoiding those busy aisles, right? If you need to wait a little bit to make sure that it clears before you go down it, definitely do that. When you're standing in line, this is probably the most interaction and the closest that you're going to get with somebody else. There is usually markers on the floor for you to be standing 6 feet away, so let's make sure that you're following those guidelines as well. If you're really feeling unsure about going to the grocery store, there are options, right? In this house, I always make sure that either one of us are going, we're both not going at the same time. Of course, reducing the chances of it spreading by just simply sending one of us to the store at a time. We love to do our grocery shopping together, so it's a little bit of a change for us, but it's what we have to do. Now, when it comes to how we can make sure that our food itself is safe, there are some precautions and things that we should know when it comes to disinfecting what we actually purchase from the store. Now, the Food Drug Administration, so the FDA last month said that there is no current evidence of the transmission of COVID coming from food packages or from food itself. However, we do know that the droplets can last on surfaces or in the air for up to 72 hours. So we want to make sure that we are taking precautions once that food and its packaging enters our house to make sure that we are keeping ourselves safe and reducing the chance of it being transmitted. So if you are buying a packaged food that lives in cardboard, leave it out on the counter for that 24-hour period because it can live potentially on that cardboard for 24 24 hours. You can of course also, transport it out of the cardboard and into your own plastic Tupperware, making sure that you're washing anything that comes in it. Now, it's also important to note that freezing food can actually make the virus last longer. So instead of freezing things right away, it might be beneficial to leave it out in the open or out on your counter for up to 24 hours before you go ahead and freeze things. Now, we've always been so pro reusable bags, trying to eliminate waste or reduce waste as much as possible. But in this time, you want to be making sure that you are washing your reusable bags as much as possible. If you have the cloth ones, they can absolutely go in the washing machine with your clothes on laundry day. If you don't want to go to the store, there are so many services that will deliver groceries to your house. So in Canada here, we do have Grocery Gateway in Toronto. We do have the Loblaws pickup that you can do. I know that Amazon Fresh and Walmart will even do some deliveries. So just search out in your area if there are any options for you there. And the last one, of course, is reaching out to a friend or a family member. Leaning on people in this time and making sure that you're there for them and they're there for you is really, really going to help. If someone in your building or a neighbor is doing groceries and you need to pick up one or two things, make sure you let them know, and that will just reduce the amount of people in the store at a time. So I really hope this helps, guys. These are just a couple tips and tricks that you can keep in mind when it comes to making sure that you're safe and you're keeping others safe. The reality is that we can't avoid the grocery store. We all need to eat. So let's just make sure that we're doing it safely. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Comment below if you think I missed anything, and have an awesome day.